Hey, what's up guys, it's Marv and welcome back to another Asphalt 9 video, and today we finally got our look at Norway. The Drive Syndicate 8 is underway and this is our first opportunity to drive on the new track, and it also lets us play with the Devil 16, but my review and showcase of that car will have to wait for another video because both of these things are way too big for one video. And we also have a Legend Pass showcase event that has the Lamborghini Invincible with the new track as well, and you'll see that in this video also. So let's talk about the new track because my first impressions of it are pretty darn good. Now you will see that I crashed a couple of times with the Devil 16, but in my opinion it's probably because that car is just way too fast for this game's track design anyway. But there are definitely a couple of funny areas in this track where you can collide on different things, and there are some little areas that could use some improvement that you will see in this video. But other than that, I'm really liking this new track for a couple of reasons. Firstly is because of all of the wacky things and just the things that in my opinion Asphalt desperately needs. You'll see throughout the track there are a couple of areas where you can get blown up into the air, especially over a vast area of water, which I absolutely love. Even though again it can be a little funky sometimes, I really love it. It's taking that geyser mechanic from Greenland to the next level, and I think it's just super fun. You'll also see a throwback to Asphalt 8 French Guinea with one of the rockets that blows up and flies off into the sky next to you as you drive alongside, and this time it actually affects your car. Again, sort of like the plane landing in Greenland, this will push your car to the side. It's not as crazy as the plane on Greenland, but it is something you want to keep an eye out for and make sure you account for that in terms of your car's handling. It is a cool mechanic. I'm glad that they are expanding upon these types of mechanics in the new tracks. And speaking of new mechanics, we have the wind blades within the tunnel that you can drive through only if you shockwave or do a 360. Now, I believe with the Invincible, I managed to get through the blade. You can go through those blades if you don't have enough nitro or you don't want to be slowed down by doing a 360 if you time it right and go right through the blades. So that is quite nice. It's not just a binary thing where you crash into it no matter what. They did cut out those sections where the blades aren't, and that definitely reminds me of Distance, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I really hope they add more of these mechanics to future tracks because in my opinion that makes the game so much more interesting. It makes the tracks so much more fun, and in multiplayer it can create some pretty fun scenarios, I can imagine. But talking about the general layout of this track, there are some areas which in my opinion are a bit too thin. That's one of the things that I think plagued earlier tracks in Asphalt 9, especially tracks like Rome, where you're going to be bumping up against people in multiplayer and knockdowns are just inevitable. Now, I haven't played this track in multiplayer yet, so it's tough to call if that track or if that type of narrow gameplay is going to be affected. But there are definitely areas in this track that are very wide, vast, especially those areas where you jump over the river. That's awesome. But also you can tell that lots of this track is focused on top speed, and of course that is going to make a lot of people very happy. Now there are some twists and turns, but they aren't super crazy 30 to 90 degree corners that require you to like slow down like Buenos Aires. So in my opinion, I think this track is going to be a very nice balance of long corners with great straightaways. So I'm going to leave you with the rest of the gameplay, and of course if you want to play on the new track yourself, you can do so in the events that I mentioned, the Legend Pass showcase and the new Drive Syndicate, which I will of course be making a video about later. So we've got a ton of stuff going on right now in Asphalt 9, and honestly it's pretty exciting, very fun as well, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys later.